Oh shit!
Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode of Grown Men Playing with Tiny Toy Trucks, we'll be taking a look at the Losi Mini LMT. So finally got around to doing a real run here with this truck for the first time and came away with some mixed feelings. Overall, I think it's a very fun little RC. I love the looks of it. I love the scale details on this thing. However, the overall driving experience is a little frustrating. As you can see it, they end up on their roof a lot of this video. When I edited I had about close to an hour of footage, and the vast majority of it was just us flipping these trucks back over. So, and I get it, it's a monster truck. They're not really stable inherently, and they're not really built to handle. But my hopes initially were that this was going to be like at least as good as the full-size LMT. Now, the full-size LMT was pretty stable out of the box. Yeah, I did a few mods to the one that I had to make it even more stable. I lowered the battery tray down and some suspension mods and so on, and it got even better. But out of the box, that truck handled really nicely. Now, again, I wasn't running it on carpet, so that alone could have a huge effect. So it's very possible that just a different tire or even shaving the tread down on these tires, running it on carpet, would make a very big improvement. Overall, I was very impressed with the durability of these little trucks. So pretty much this entire run, 4 different LMTs running here, and I think the only real broken parts were my wheelie bar in the back cracked, and look, that's just from doing big jumps and landing on it. They make some little 3D printed TPU flexible jobs that I think are going to be way better for this style of bashing and this level of jumping. So I'll probably pick one of those up. But so yeah, wheelie bar broke, and the headlights you saw just a minute ago, my headlight came off on the one side. By the end of the run, both of them were broken off. It seemed to be both of the son of a diggers had more issues with headlights breaking for some reason. I don't know if it's just coincidence, or I don't know what the difference would really be other than the color of the lens. So I'm not sure about that. And then probably typical of what everyone else is experiencing, the suspension links, the lower suspension links do bend barely easily. So I think there's room for improvement with those. I think a stainless steel, a thicker stainless steel lower link would go a long way on this truck. It would also add some weight down low, which I think it desperately needs. And I think that's the biggest issue with this truck. Overall, I like the fact that it's very lightweight. I think that lends itself to the durability of this truck, is when you're landing big hits like that, there's not that much weight in it where it's going to start breaking parts. So that would be my fear of just adding weight for the sake of adding weight, is that you could start breaking things a lot more often. But I feel like to get the stability that would make this more fun to drive, I think you do need to add weight to the axles. I don't know that I would add it to the wheels, because that kind of puts more strain on the overall drivetrain, and I think axle housings might be the way to go, like an aluminum axle housing with a stainless lower link set, and that alone could make the difference. Also, the low CG setup would be great on this. I've seen a few on eBay, just 3D printed. They're like $20. You get a low CG battery tray and a low CG ESC mount. That would make a huge difference. I know that was a big improvement on my full-size LMT as well. So I will probably be experimenting with that. And then as far as power, these are all brushed, and you can see they're great. I mean, for a scale driving experience, it is fun. I feel like, I can't help but feel like just a little more power is going to be a little more fun. So I did go ahead and install a brushless setup that I had from Latrax Teton. It's the Hobby Wing 16BL30 with a 4500 kV motor, and so far it seems to be just right. I only drove it briefly, just outside real quick, just to see the top speed, and it did add a couple miles an hour, and it seems to be just right on 2S, just the right amount of increased power. So we're actually going to be running these things tonight again, so I will get some video of that and let you guys know if that's something worth considering. Now, in my experience, taking a truck that doesn't handle well and adding more power just tends to make things worse. So we'll find out if that's the case. But I do think that there's a lot of room for improvement just in the overall driving experience. Like I said, that truck looks awesome. I do really like them. I really think it just needs a little bit of tweaking with the weight situation. You really can't take too much weight off of them. I think it's really just redistributing it, especially the battery and the ESC. They're fairly large, so I think you get them as low as possible. That alone is going to help. And durability wise, yeah, not bad. Overall, I was impressed for the hits that these things were taking, and we didn't really have any major issues. Very impressive. So yeah, just wanted to get this video out, just in case you guys are thinking of getting one. I know they were kind of hard to get for a while, but you know, if you have a nice little indoor space and you want to set up some jumps, it's a really fun little RC. You know, don't expect it to, you know, be able to take turns very quick, but you know, for what it is, for a little scale monster truck driving experience. These little red ramps, by the way, these are available on Amazon. I think, oh man, I cannot remember. I'll post up a link down below, but that little red plastic ramp, I think they're like $20 shipped. It's the perfect ramp for these things. It really has such a great angle to it. It just works out nice. You can see there the Mini T, just how much better. That's a brushless Mini T. You can see just how much more capable it is. It just handles way better. It's way faster. It lands better. It does backflip. Everything about it is a better driving experience. It's just not as cool looking as a little mini monster truck. But anyway, that's it, guys. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.